Oh yeah, that looks good. That looks good. It's light, it's fluffy. It's spinach souffle. If you've been missing spinach souffle, well now you can have it again. Okie dokie, we're gonna start by sauteing an onion, and we're gonna add some spinach to it, and then we're going to puree it to get some flavor, and then we'll season that, and then combine that with our mung bean egg, some aquafaba, which will rise in the oven, and then it will collapse just like a traditional souffle. You gotta eat it the minute it comes out of the oven. So yes, I've made this before in the past with slightly different ingredients, not the mung bean egg. So in a way, this is sort of a little experiment that I'm taking you with me on. A little journey, so. We are gonna get some onions in there. I'm gonna add a couple of cloves of garlic also for some flavor. I am going to make this little mung bean egg mixture, a really simple one, and I'm using a half a cup of mung beans, split mung dal to be exact. It's different from a mung bean, so as you can see, these have been split. They cook up really, really fast. I'm gonna add a cup of water. It's working! That's ready. We're just gonna let it sit here until the spinach and onions are ready. I've got one bunch of spinach here, carefully cleaned. I just have to cut it up very, very roughly. We're gonna add it to the onions. And we just want this to wilt. We do not want the spinach to start oozing out all that water, so keep stirring it. As soon as it wilts, it's done. So wait until every leaf has turned that beautiful dark green, and then you're done. Don't let it cook to the point where that water is being released. You don't want that. Okay, I think that looks good. As you can see, there's not a drop of water in my pan. Now I'm going to take this over to my blender, and we're going to blend it with the mung bean egg that we made a few minutes ago. You're seeing the bottom of my pan. All right, that's empty now. And now we're gonna season it and we're gonna puree it. A quintessential spinach souffle will have a little hint of nutmeg. So I'm gonna find the nutmeg in my spice drawer. I have some somewhere in here. Now obviously you don't have to grate your nutmeg. You can just get ground nutmeg. Oh, look, see, this is nutmeg actually in its shell that somebody gave me. Look at that. And this one is cracked open. Look at that. So I will use that. Oh, it smells so good. Now that's not enough nutmeg for me to get through the holidays, especially with the not nog that we're going to be making. So I'm going to grate this. Probably want about a half a teaspoon. I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of nutritional yeast. And we're going to puree that and see how it tastes, and we might have to adjust it slightly. All right. I love the nutmeg in there. Need some salt. And a little bit more nutmeg. Now this is a delicate dish. It's not something that's full of spices, although you could add different things to it. You could make it, you could add some coriander, spice it up a little bit. All right, let me see how that is. I'm getting the hit of nutmeg that I want, so I think that's good. Just a little bit more salt. Now we're going to add a little bit of flour to this, which will help bind it. A little bit of baking powder, which will help it rise, and then we're going to fold aquafaba into it and bake it and see how it turns out. I'm going to add maybe a teaspoon and a half of baking powder and about a quarter cup of flour. You can use all-purpose or you can use gluten-free. And I'm going to blend it one more time. Okay, so now this is ready. We're going to set this aside to cool while we whip the aquafaba. I'm going to whip up some aquafaba. This is aquafaba I had in the freezer. Yes, you can freeze aquafaba for a long time, and there is 1 chickpea in there I'm taking out. Okay, and I have exactly half a cup, which I hope is the right amount. And I'm gonna bring it over here and whip it up. Okay, aquafaba is ready, and now I'm ready to start folding the aquafaba into my souffle. And we want to do this very, very gently. We're going to start out by not dumping the whole thing in, but just part of it, just to lighten this up a little bit. And it will collapse a little, that's okay. We're going to add a little more. And you can use a whisk to do this, so cut into it and fold very, very gently. And I'm hoping this is going to cook up like the one that I made for this winery did, with different ingredients. So you guys are seeing a slight experiment, and we shall see if it works. And remember, if it works and it rises, it's going to fall. And you have to eat it immediately. So this is not a make-ahead dish. It's get your guest to the table and bring it out as soon as it comes out of the oven. Get them to eat it immediately. Okay, I'm gonna get these in the oven now. Okay, ta-da! Oh my God, look how much it's risen. Look at my beautiful spinach souffle. It's so puffy. Oh my God. Remember, when you serve souffle, you've got to get it to your guests immediately. But since they're not here, I guess I will have to take a bite before they collapse. So let me dig into this one. Oh my God, look at it. It's perfect. Look at that texture. It's so light, it's so fluffy. I can smell the nutmeg. If you're having a big dinner, why not serve this? Something light as your appetizer. Delicious. Okay, I put them back in the oven because they were a little uncooked in the middle, and now I think they are 100% ready. And they're still puffy, they're still beautiful. Look at that. It's light, it's fluffy. It's spinach souffle. Well, I'm gonna just fill up my belly eating all these goodies. So until next time, thanks again for watching The Vegan Good Life with Miyoko, and I will see you again.